a guy broke into a house. So you're probably, you guys conservatives, you're all gonna be like, oh, this is messed up.
I'm a liberal.
You're gonna be like, this is messed up. This guy should go to jail, all this stuff. He breaks into the house and then he cleans up.
Wow. Like, what do you mean? Like, for real? Like,
he's probably on drugs.
Like mopping?
I don't know about that.
He's probably a meth head.
No, so
we've done stories like that.
He cleans the floor and he took out the trash.
And then he leaves?
Well, that's kind of
Because sometimes there's stories where like people will hire like cleaners and they'll go to the wrong house and they'll clean that house and then they'll leave. And they'll be like, oh.
No, but this guy was clearly up.
Oh, but you know what? A way that would work is if you needed to look like you were meant to be at that house. So if you're just doing chores around it, nobody's calling cops on you.
No, so this guy,
You're wild.
yeah, he breaks into this woman's house. He did some housework and then he drank some wine and then he left.
What's the housework?
He emptied the trash bins. He rearranged a bunch of items that he thought was like, a little out of sorts.
Feng shui was off.
He cooked a meal for himself. All right, so you probably would think this is a criminal,
Criminal.
but this guy did some good.
He cleaned the house.
Damian Wolchneckowitz. He's 36 years old. Admitted into court Thursday as that he entered the woman's home July 16th in Monmouthshire, Wales, without permission. While she was away at work, upon her return, the victim found several items out of place and noticed a few household chores had been taken care of.
Wait, this is Wales and like the UK? Oh.
She discovered her laundry had been hung out to dry, refilled bird feeders,
What the?
Dude, that's interesting.
Damn, that's a lot of stuff.
cleaned floors, groceries were put away, the recycling bins were emptied. And there was a
He's the fucking clean bandit,
and he
dude.
left a note, dude.
What do you say?
It said, "Don't worry, be happy, eat up, and scratch."
What does scratch mean?
I don't know. It's probably some UK thing. I thought.
Did he leave some scratchers for her maybe? Did they do that in Wales?
He left her some scratchers.
Scratch away.
The unnamed woman also found that he had consumed items from her kitchen, including a bottle of wine. So we can throw that part away. He did a lot of good.
Yeah. That was his payment that he took from her.
Yeah.
He broke into the house. The house was in such disarray. He actually started feeling bad for her
Yeah.
because he was gonna rob her. And it's like, wait a second.
She's so posh.
She's worse off than I am.
Not bad.
Good guy. I like
He's
him.
like, she couldn't put away her groceries. She's so busy.
Or maybe he was about to rob it and he was like, I can't work under these conditions. So he,
Yeah, he goes, how can you find anything in this house? And he starts cleaning it up.
He's like, oh, a little bit of rosé. Don't mind if I do.
Turned some music on, had a nice little afternoon.
So-
Did he drink the good wine or the guest wine?
It says guess wine.
Box wine.
Yeah, box wine.
No, for sure.
Ooh, Sacagawina.
He was very polite, very polite. So it says, I wondered if it was somebody who knew me, this is the woman, if it was going to turn into a stalking incident, if he knew I lived alone, if I had been targeted, if he was waiting for me. I was too scared to stay in my own home and stayed with a friend after that. And then, according to court documents, he was later arrested for another burglary in that instance. Not kidding. He washed his clothes. And consumed the owner's food.
So he's just like kind of a bum. That's just
cuckoo.
hopping
It
around.
kind of evens out the karma.
OCD bum?
Yeah,
I think I'm definitely more weirded out by that than just straight up burglary.
straight up.
Yeah, because it feels more like, dude, you Airbnb'd my house.
He's like, he fed his cats.
Didn't you have a situation where your house was burglarized and then they left you something nice?
Yeah, our house got burglarized, and the guy like did really weird shit. He like wedged a sandal in between like the screen door, so that was like just there. He opened up a fresh box of like donuts, and it was like the ones where you have to rip. You know, it was like
Entenmann's?
yeah, Entenmann's.
yeah.
And then he,
Jack-
Did he eat it or did he just open
no,
it?
he ate some.
Okay.
And then he took a shit in my bathroom and just left it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God.
Did he flush?
No.
He just
And in
left
my
it
head,
there.
you know, I was in like 8th grade, so I was like, oh, we're gonna get this guy, right? Like, you know, we
got
have his
his
DNA. Nah, it works. And then you realize, like, oh, this is, you know, they don't really give a shit.
They don't-
Literally.
He got his DNA evidence.
The cops show up, you're like, test this.
Yeah, because at the time I was really into CSI New York. I don't know. I just loved the entrance song. I love Gary Sinise. You know, he's the man.
Catch these
I
guys.
was like, oh yeah, this is what they do. This is.
Can you imagine?
Open and shut case.
Open and shut.
We got it.
We got a son of a bitch.
Dave, if forensics put their fucking lab coat on and started testing the shit.
And like these fuckers, they like, you know, they fingerprint everything, and they're like, oh, and there was fingerprints, but I don't know whatever happened.
The
Nothing
funny
happened.
thing is like to take a shit out. Like, how many bathrooms were in there?
There was 2 bathrooms.
And he chose the kids' room bathroom.
And that was the one closest to the screen door with the sandal in it. He took a laptop. He took my dad's laptop.
Actually took some stuff.
Yeah, he took some shit.
Damn.
He took a lot of random stuff. He took like half an earring.
He took
you know?
shit and he left shit.
What would you have said
Literally.
if the cops were to actually check it out and go, how do we know that's not your shit, kid?
I'd be like,
Guilty, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I did it.
Sorry.
It was me.
I'm not coerced.
One time we did a story about here where some guy broke into some lady's house. He stole the lawnmower, mowed the lawn,
Mowed the
and then
lawn.
left with it. So
That's
you know,
meth head for
it's kind of
sure.
nice.
But how is that illegal?
It's just community building, really.
That's what I'm saying.
Kind of paid
Oh,
for it.
you're
at
right. It is community.
Never thought of it that way.
Damn.
Yeah.
He did labor.
Good work.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I can see people doing that is just if someone saw them for a second and there like, oh shit, I gotta act like I live here.
Oh yeah, probably.
Yeah, so now this woman is just making it all about her.
She's being a drama queen about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Now, like she's scared and stuff like that. But like everyone's just like,
Get over it.
her friends are like rolling their eyes and they're being like, it's not even that big a deal.
And she's like crying about the trauma of like somebody was in my house when I wasn't there, and they're like, yeah, but
yours is
he was kind of tight.
yeah, mine was way worse.
Yeah, they left a boo boo.
Yeah, and I had to go to school on Monday,
to
dude.
clean
I
up.
had to go right back to school, and
But it,
Traumatized.
It's just
like nothing happened.
It's just so like it's such a weirdly invasive feeling to have somebody like have to even hang up your laundry.
Yep.
It's just so weird.
It's creepy, bro.
I'm burning that
creepy.
shit.
You know?
Yeah,
How
I'm
did you
burning
get
it.
into your house again?
They just busted through the door. They just fucking
Busted through the door. You mean like it broke off of the...
no. He just broke the lock or something like that.
Like
he
just
broke the
like donkey kicked the door.
yeah. He just kicked it open or something.
With sandals on.
It was actually the sandal that we had that he just wedged. I don't know why he wedged the.
That's a funny... That's his calling card.
Screen door. Yeah.
Oh, the sandal door
Because
guy.
it was like it was one of those things where you see that and you're like, oh, why did he do that? Like it was very it was notable.
He's a Birkenstock burglar.
Because it wasn't like he stole a bunch of stuff where he needed to like wedge the door open and like
go in and
wheel the
out.
TV out. You know,
Yeah.
it was just like, here's a Toshiba laptop that's gone.
Oh, that
Hey,
sucks.
good brand.
Yeah, it's a good brand. Good computer.
Great brand.
Did you ever hear about that one kid who was like caught for like driving a stolen car or something like that? And then he basically ran away from home and he lived in like a hill ski resort kind of town, right? And then there's a lot of vacant homes because they were just someone's like second ski home or whatever.
A-frame homes for sure.
Yeah. And he would just go from home to home, just live in it. And he would just be out on the run. And then somehow he got to the Bahamas or whatever. And they finally found him out there. And he had like a high speed chase and he had some boat and shit. But he was like living like a crazy fugitive, making hella money, eating all this like food that was like at, you know, abandoned homes. And I was like, damn, that's... And his crimes ended up, like, stacking up to being way fucking more than if he just went to court.
Was it Dominic Toretto?
Yeah. That's what it was.
Oh,
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Too fast.
Too furious.
that kid.
A lot of time, yeah.
That kid really valued family.
Do you remember when somebody broke into our house when we were living in Monterey Park?
No.
That was when I was living with like Bueno and Mike and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that house.
Yeah. One day we just come back home and the back door, it was a rainy day too. The back like screen door that goes out to like that patio area is just like smashed in. And I was like, what? So everybody like runs to their rooms to check like what had been taken or whatnot. And everything was basically like
Ransacked.
just moved around
Oh
and stuff.
no.
Hate that
But like
feeling.
all of us were also like, we didn't really have a lot of valuables. I'm kind of poor.
My fossil watch.
yeah.
It's worth a lot, man. Come on.
But the only thing that was actually stolen was a gold necklace that was passed down to one of my roommates from his like dad or his grandpa or something like that. So that
Rob?
was real. No, not Bueno.
Damn, that sucks.
Like a super,
That sucks.
just like, yeah,
Just sentimental, yeah.
The stuff that you
Sucks.
can't buy with money
Sucks.
fucking sucks, man.
That's why I keep all the valuables
yeah.
in here.
And then
You put it through the ear, you lock it in the
To
head.
break the glass, it was just a screen door.
the glass, yeah, the
Oh,
glass
the
of
glass
that door,
too.
yeah, they broke through that, yeah, and then
Memories are
Damn,
valuable.
dude.
And then it's also one of those things where you learn about like, cause you're in like the neighborhood like email blasts and stuff like that, and
They hit multiple houses?
yeah, there's always like, you know, people like fucking drive into different areas and they like learn your schedules. They see when people are like
Yeah.
leaving
For real.
houses and whatnot, and it's just like a whole thing that they do. And you just feel like unsafe afterwards.
Yeah, it's really creepy.
Yeah.
How many of you guys have ever been robbed?
Face to
One,
face.
two, like just in general, like you're robbed or your stuff stolen from your house.
Car, I have from car,
yeah.
but not home.
It's
Car
very
too.
common.
Car
Yeah,
too.
car.
Every single one of you?
Yeah.
It's very common in LA.
Every single one of you been robbed?
Our house was robbed
Twice in K-Town. My
Many
car.
times.
Yeah.
Many times.
Ours
I've
was
had
twice.
car broken into many times. Yeah, many times.
My truck got robbed.
Our gym got
This
broken
is like
into.
normal.
It's mad normal. Yeah, it sucks. It's normal.
crazy?
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
It's almost a rite of passage.
Like not one person was like, I've never been robbed.
I live
I've
in
never been robbed.
Really?
Yeah.
You want to blow your mind even more? Ask how many of us has robbed a house.
You gotta go subscribe and watch it on the Patreon.
This guy gets it. He gets it. Holy shit.